authorized user, that person that would co-sign for you, to have a credit card. It has a low balance and a high limit. They've already paid on it for 100%, always on time. They've had the card 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 years or whatever. They can add you as an authorized user on that particular card. It's going to help your credit immensely, because you're going to get, when you become an authorized user, you're going to get the benefit of all those great on-time payments that they've made, how long the card's been open, that big limit that they have, but a low balance, that credit utilization. You're going to get the benefit of all those things as soon as it hits your credit report. So that's going to absolutely help you build your credit. So authorized users is a very, very good thing to look into. So the last thing I want to tell you, the last few things I want to tell you about when it comes to this is credit cards. You need to get a credit card. A lot of people find themselves in trouble the first time with credit because of a credit card. Maybe you went off to college, you got that credit card or whatever, and you just never paid it right, or you figured it wasn't a big deal if you're a couple of days late here, there, or whatever. That's when people really get introduced to credit, unfortunately. It should start in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th grade, far as I'm concerned, and definitely in high school before you go to college, before you get your first offer in the mail. You should be learning about this. But a credit card is essential to building your credit. I can't stress that anymore. And if you already have credit, it's essential to building a higher credit score and maintaining one as well. You don't, and with the credit card, unlike with those loans that we talked about, once that balance gets to zero, it doesn't hurt you that the balance is at zero. It actually helps you that you have a zero balance. It helps you to have one and access to credit, period. So you got to get yourself a credit card. I know some of you are scared to do so, but you need to get yourself a credit card. If you're not extremely comfortable with it, you with a quote unquote regular credit card from a bank where they just give you a limit, you can do a secured card. So yes, there's a secured card. This is not the same thing as like one of those store card prepaid cards. You go into Walmart and you put money on it. If you're going to do that, you might as well get a secured card, because with that secured card, as explained earlier, you're going to give them $500. This is now your limit. That's your limit. You get to go ahead and you get to charge up to $500. You're going to get a bill every month. You're going to make that $10, $20, $15, $30 payment, whatever it is. You're going to make that payment every month. It's going to help your credit score. A good secure card, once you've established yourself, they'll even give you a little more. So you only gave them $500, in like 4 or 5 months. Now your limit may be $725. They're going to raise it for you. You don't have to give any additional money, but you've done good by making payments, so they just raised it to $725. A very good secure card will eventually give you that $500 back and convert your card, your secure card, to a quote-unquote regular card. And so that's how you establish credit with a secure card. So look into that as well. Excuse me. Store card. Get you a store card. You can get a card from a store like a Target or like something that's in the mall and whatnot. They seem to be a little bit easier to come by. So you can get one of those cards. The interest rates are high for everybody. So don't trip off the interest rate. When you fill out the application, it's going to show you 29.99. Whether you fill it out or I fill it out, it's going to say 29.99, no matter what it is. So there's no need to trip off that if you're starting to establish some credit, but you can get one of those store cards. I think a couple shows ago, or maybe even last week, I said, if you're afraid that you're going to use it all the time, get your card from somewhere that you don't frequent so much. So then you're not as tempted to just whip out that card and use that card. Bank card. Go ahead and get you a bank card. This is a quote-unquote regular credit card that I talked about earlier. Go to your local bank. If you don't have credit, here's a very, very good tip. If you don't have any credit established at all, you should, one, get a bank account. A lot of people are unbanked. They do not have a bank account. Get yourself a bank account. Establish one. Do right by it. Do right by your bank account. Doing so with your local bank that you have, one on every corner, one every 3-4 miles. Get you a banking account. When you get a banking account, your bank is going to be looking at your credit, your debits, and your account, and seeing how responsible you are. Eventually, they're going to send you a credit card offer. So oftentimes you're pretty much quote unquote pre-approved. They've already looked into it. Now they just want to know for sure that you made X amount of dollars so you can qualify for this particular card. But they're going to start to send you things if you have a good account with them. And so that's a way for you to start, because then they feel and you feel you already have a relationship with them. So they're all about building their customer base and getting more money out of you or whatever it is, right? So then that's the way to start. So if you don't do anything else and you don't have a bank account, you got to go out and get your bank account. If you don't listen to anything else I said, go out and get yourself a bank account. Keep it in good standings. Eventually you're going to get an offer from your bank. Credit unions. Go to a credit union. You have credit cards as well. Get your credit card from the credit union. Join the credit union. Doesn't cost much money. Just because it's the credit union for electricians doesn't mean that you need to be an electrician. The only credit unions that I'm aware of off the top of my head that you need to have done something to actually join this credit union would be if you are like in the armed forces. I have not been in the armed forces. I can't necessarily go join the Navy Federal Credit Union, but actually, in actuality, I can because my brother was in the Navy. So if you have a relative that was in the armed forces, you too, those things extend to you. I'm not sure if it's your cousin or whatever, if it was your uncle, but if your father, your mother, your sister, your brother was in the military, then you can also join a credit union that's run by the armed forces. All right. So did you notice a pattern there? Did you notice the pattern, especially toward the end about credit cards? You need a credit card to help establish your credit. You need a credit card to get your credit to keep going up and up and up. You've got to get a credit card. 30% of your credit score is made up off of what's your balances versus your limits. So if you don't have a balance and you don't have any limits when it comes to credit cards, you're missing out on at least 30% of what your credit score could be. So you do need a credit card. Contact me, you guys, if you have any questions at all about any of this, and come back next week. Let's see what we're going to talk about on the 800 Credit Score Man Show. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Contact me, you guys. Hey, before I get out of here, you know how I got to do it. Kobe, Cameron, and Carter, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. I'm out.